Wonka has been officially announced by Warner Brothers for Blu-ray and 4K. Arrow Video has announced their new April slate, including Basket Case on 4K. Kino Lorber has announced a slew of 4Ks, including Changing Lanes on 4K. King Kong 1976 gets an official 4K steelbook release with a slipcover. Apparently, Screen Factory has listened to my nightly prayers and we're getting The Faculty on 4K. And Disney may actually be diving into their back catalog, as the rumor is Tron Legacy is coming to 4K. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 197. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, guys, we're getting to the time of year where we actually have some stuff to talk about. Things are kicking up a notch. We got several boutique labels that made some announcements. We've got new studio releases coming out. We've got rumors. We've got deals. We've got what is new this week. A lot of stuff. It feels like they saved everything for the last week of January because we got so much stuff that is releasing this week. But before I get into it, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. So if you like that kind of thing, collecting, just all that kind of stuff, guys, hit the subscribe button. And then, let me know in the comment section below of everything that we talk about today. And like I said, we've got a lot to talk about. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And let's kick things off with the rumor category. We got one rumor to talk about today. Tron Legacy is apparently coming to 4K from Disney. Now, this is not official yet. There is a listing on Blu-ray.com, and Dawn of the Disc reported about this on his page on Instagram, but this is not official from Disney. But we are supposed to be getting Tron Legacy on 4K at some point this year. And my only question is, are we going to get the first one on 4K at some point? I would assume, I know we're getting the third installment of the Tron franchise at some point, maybe this year. I think they just started shooting it, but I would assume that we would get the first one on 4K and then the sequel on 4K, but Disney's like, let's just give them the 2010 sequel on 4K. And look, I haven't seen any of the Tron movies. I've heard good things about Tron Legacy, and I actually believe it's directed by the same person that did Top Gun Maverick with Tom Cruise. So it probably is a pretty decent flick, but I just haven't checked it out. But I just don't understand Disney's strategy. Like, why not go back and do the first one? Is it too old for Disney at this point? I feel like Disney has an older film bias. That's why they don't want to go back into their past. They only want to do like recent movies to 4K. Yes, they're doing the James Cameron flicks, but that's James Cameron. I don't know, guys. This doesn't sell me on the fact that Disney's going to start going into their back catalog and then re-releasing tons of their older movies that don't have 4K. If anybody can add any insight, I don't get why they wouldn't do the first one on 4K and then the second one on 4K, and then maybe do a double pack or something. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe we'll get the announcement for the first Tron at some point this year. But maybe if Disney actually wisened up, which they'll never do, guys, let's face it, they'll give us a Tron movie box set from Arrow Video, 4K box set. Can you imagine that? That would be incredible. But yeah, Tron Legacy, at some point this year, we are supposed to be getting that on 4K. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual news announcements. We have Wonka, that was officially announced by Warner Brothers, coming out on February the 27th. We're getting a Blu-ray, we're getting a 4K, likely we're getting a DVD as well, and a Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook. And that's a nice like chocolate bar shaped release, which actually looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but it does look pretty cool, like a pretty cool collectible item. So, and look, we're getting the shift, full on shift, guys, from Best Buy to Walmart at this point. Walmart is really just carrying the torch for steelbooks in 2024. That's where all the exclusive steelbooks are going. So Wonka, I know it's a movie that I feel like people liked, came out in the theaters. I wasn't sold by the trailers. I will watch it when it comes to home video. I probably will likely get the 4K release when it comes out, but it's directed by the same guy that did the Paddington films, and I did enjoy those quite a bit, so I will give this movie the benefit of the doubt. Wonka comes out from Warner Brothers on February the 27th. We also have ISS releasing on Blu-ray from Decal, releasing on March the 12th. This is a movie that just came out in the theaters, I believe, maybe like this past weekend or last weekend or something. The premise looked really cool. I saw the trailer when I saw Godzilla -1. It's like, you know, Russian astronauts and US astronauts in the space station, and all of a sudden war breaks out between Russia and the United States on the Earth, and they're instructed to like take each other out, and it's like a war in space. So that idea, that premise sounds very interesting, but I haven't heard the best things about the movie. But I will say this release from Decal is up for pre-order right now, and it's only going to cost you like 13 bucks. I feel like it's low stakes if I get this and check it out. Maybe it's great. Maybe I really enjoy it. Maybe not, but it's not a pricey Blu-ray, so I probably will end up picking this up at some point. We also have King Kong 1976. This was announced last week on the Physical Media Report. I talked about it, but we have the full picture of this release. It is going to be a 4K steelbook from Paramount. It's coming out on April the 9th, and you're going to have a nice slipcover on this as well. Like Paramount is embracing these slipcover steelbooks, but they're not doing them on all of their steelbooks. They're just kind of selectively putting them on some of their steelbooks, which is kind of strange. Like Lionsgate at this point, I feel, is just doing it on all their steelbooks, and that's just how they've adopted that model for themselves. Whereas Paramount's like, we'll do a slipcover on this one, and then we'll do a regular steelbook on this one. They just kind of go back and forth. But this one looks really cool. I like the design on it. And I mean, it's a slipcover on a steelbook. Like, I gotta get this and add this to my collection, right? Now let's go ahead and jump into the Kino Lorber 4K announcements. They announced 4 movies on 4K this past week, actually showed the images off and everything. Now, they announced these a few months ago or a couple of months ago in some of these cases. Now they're giving you the official announcement. This is how Kino Lorber does it, guys. They give you the announcements, the pre-announcement announcements, and then they give you the actual announcements with the actual release dates. And that's what I'm getting ready to go over right here. We have the Manchurian Candidate coming out on 4K. This is the 2004 version with Denzel Washington. This is coming out from Kino Lorber on March the 19th. This is going to be a new restoration from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR10. So I bought the original Manchurian Candidate last year, and I haven't watched it yet. I need to check that out, and then I need to get the remake as well. But it's cool that they're doing both, because now you can match them both on the shelf, and you'll have a nice little Manchurian Candidate collection. So yeah, cool that they're actually doing that one. We're also getting Changing Lanes coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on March the 19th with a new restoration from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR10. We're also getting North Dallas 40 coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber on March the 26th with a new restoration from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR10. And we're also getting Paint Your Wagon on 4K from Kino Lorber on March the 26th with a new restoration from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR10. And a new audio commentary with this one. Of these 4 4Ks, this is the only one with some additional special features. So yeah, Kino Lorber releasing a ton of 4Ks right now. Some of these feel like they're going to be popular and sell, and some of them do not so much. But I think this is a part of the deal with Paramount. Like, they're like, take some of these big titles and put those out on 4K, but you also have to take some of these lesser titles and put those out on 4K as well. I honestly think that's part of the deal, and why you're seeing some movies that you just don't seem like they should have 4Ks, or they're lesser movies, or they're not going to sell as well. I feel like that's why we're getting stuff like Changing Lanes on 4K, because it's a part of that deal. And Kino Lorber committed to putting out a certain number of Paramount films on 4K. I could be wrong. Maybe they just think Changing Lanes is gonna blow the doors off. But I don't know, guys. It's weird sometimes with these different labels and who chooses to put what out and how they choose to put it out, because we just had the unlawful entry debacle with Shout Factory. Why that didn't get a 4K, I don't know. It deserved one, in my opinion. It certainly deserved one over Changing Lanes, but that's the thing that we're dealing with all these different labels. It's like people's ideals and what they release and what they choose to release and how they do it seem to be different. And it doesn't ever really seem to line up with what exactly we would want, but it's what they end up doing. So paint your wagon on 4K. Are you excited for it? I'm sure it's a great movie. It's got a lot of stars in it. Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the Scream Shout April releases. And as I'm talking about this right now, these are not officially announced by Scream Factory. I was trying to wait for the official announcements before I got in here to talk about it, because I wanted to talk about all the different packages if there were some. But probably when I put this video out later today, they will be officially announced and all that information will be out there. And if it's enough to do a separate video on, I may just do that and put it out tomorrow. But the Scream Shout April releases, there is one release here that I am super excited about. And all this stuff was leaked. I first saw it from the Dawn of the Disc Instagram page, and then I looked on Blu-ray.com, and these listings are up on Blu-ray.com as well. So I think it's pretty legit, but The Faculty is apparently coming to 4K. When I saw this, I was like, of course, like this is a Scream Factory title through and through. I have been talking about The Faculty. This is one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Forget horror movies. This is one of my favorite movies from the 90s. I probably watched this film at least 50 times. I may have watched this movie more than Scream. Like, I think I liked it more than Scream at this time. Incredible cast. You got Elijah Wood in this movie, Josh Hartnett, Jordana Brewster's in this film. You got Usher, you got the T-1000, Robert Patrick's in this film. Like, the cast in this movie is just insane. Salma Hayek's in this movie, Jon Stewart's in this movie. I love this film. It's one of the best horror movies. It's a take on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it adds its own original twist to it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I will say, if you don't have this movie in your collection and you're on the fence, get it. You will 100% enjoy this movie. Maybe not love it like I do, but you will enjoy this film. It's a super fun horror sci-fi film from the late 90s, 1998. But I've been calling for this movie ever since I started this channel. If you go back in like my really early videos, probably in 2020, I was talking about wanting The Faculty on 4K. I feel like I've just been talking about it for like the past 4 years. And I always said Scream Factory would be the ones to do this. Now, of course, I would love a big lavish box set from Arrow Video or Vinegar Syndrome, but I just didn't ever see that in the cards. The Faculty on 4K from Scream Factory, it feels right. I hope we get some new special features with this as well. I'm just so excited for this movie, and I hope they do it right. And Scream Factory's been doing great with their transfer, so I am expecting a great 4K restoration with this movie. There's some effects that may not hold up the best in 4K, but I'm just going to try to be positive about it and hope that they hold up and that they do them right in 4K, showcase them right in 4K. But The Faculty, guys, I love this movie. I could not be any more excited for this 4K. If they announce a bunch of pins and posters and steelbook sets, I'm going to get it all. I'm going to get every bit of it. Maybe not the pins. I don't like spending $70 for pins, but if they do like a steelbook and a slipcover version, which they probably won't because it's a movie I love and they're not going to do it, additional slipcovers, I'm going to get all of it because I love this movie so much. It's easily in my top, like, I don't know, 20 horror films of all time. I love this movie, so I'm so excited about it. The Faculty coming to 4K, guys. I can't recommend this movie highly enough. It's just one of the best movies from the 90s, in my opinion. We also got Rolling Thunder coming out on 4K. Some people are excited about this movie. I haven't seen this film. I am excited to watch it for the first time. Lost in Space. This is a movie from my childhood as well. Lost in Space is coming to Blu-ray from Shout and Scream Factory. And my only question is, like, this is a movie that you guys should be doing in 4K, like Lost in Space. I know it wasn't well received when it came out, but for whatever reason, I watched this movie like over and over again. I always thought the spider part was really cool. And I really loved this movie growing up. And this is one that will look beautiful in 4K and give it a Dolby Atmos track. And there's some incredible like space action set piece moments in this movie. And I'm here for it. So Lost in Space coming to 4K, I would absolutely be excited about. Coming to Blu-ray, it already has a Blu-ray, so I'm not as excited for that. Maybe it's going to have a 4K scan, new features possibly. It's a collector's edition, so I'm hoping for a nice slipcover on it as well. But yeah, I just don't, this would have been a good 4K. I don't get why Scream Shouts, it's not, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands, it's not doing this one in 4K, because I feel like it would do well on 4K. and it would look great in 4K, and it would be a great 4K release from Screen Factory, Shout Factory. We also got Affliction coming to Blu-ray as well, and this is one that I don't know anything about. So yeah, we could get some additional titles announced when the official announcements come out. Like I said, I will do an additional video if I feel like it is worth doing, if there's enough new information out there. But we won't get new information on the special features until probably close to release date on most of these, so they're not going to announce that when they announce these. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the Arrow Video announcements, and we got some cool stuff coming out from Arrow Video. I saw them post their announcements on Instagram on Friday, and I'll admit, it's not the most exciting month that Arrow Video has ever had. They definitely peaked, I feel like, in January, and the last few months have kind of felt not the best. But if you think back to last year, you know, January through May wasn't the best for Arrow Video. There was some good stuff in there, but it wasn't the best, and I feel like that's what we're getting now. I hope that they ramp up again as we continue on in the year and we start receiving some incredible releases like last year, but I'm not going to keep my expectations that high because they just gave us something unprecedented last year. Like that run from June to this past January with the Conan releases was like one of the most impressive runs I've ever seen a boutique label do. So I'm not going to hold them to that expectation this year. I'm still hoping for some really cool stuff, but you can't expect every month to just be banger after banger after banger. But let's go ahead and get into the announcements here. We have Basket Case coming to 4K from Arrow Video on April the 30th. You're going to have an alternate Arrow exclusive slip art version as well that you can only get from their website. But this is going to be available in the UK and the US. So both the UK and the US are going to be able to get Basket Case on 4K. This is a movie directed by Frank Henenlotter that I haven't seen and I actually don't own in the collection. So I'll be excited to get this one and watch it for the first time. We also got the Scarface Mob coming out on April the 23rd. So cool that Arrow Video is kind of, Arrow Video guys, I talked about this, but you cannot pin them down. You don't know where they're going to go genre-wise. It's never the same, it feels like. They're always diving into all these different genres and types of movies, and I appreciate that. So this is a movie from, I think, the 30s, and it's a mob movie, black and white movie, and that's coming out April the 23rd. We also have the 10 Star, which is coming out April the 30th. This one actually looks really good. It's a Western with Henry Fonda and Anthony Perkins in it. So I'm actually kind of really excited to check this one out. And then we got over in the UK, those past two I just talked about, the Scarface Mob and the 10 Star, are both US and Canadian releases. We also got in the UK Behind Covent Walls, which is some kind of nunsploitation movie. I haven't really dove into that subgenre yet, but I know there were some people that were excited. That comes out on April the 29th in the UK only. And we also got That Cold Day in the Park coming out on April the 8th. This is a Robert Altman film, and this is UK only as well. Look, I think all in all, it's not the most exciting Arrow Video month that we've ever had, but I do think it's a solid month with some solid movies in here. We got Basket Case. We got a cool horror film. We got the 10 Star, which looks like a cool Western with Anthony Perkins. We got the Scarface Mob, a classic film. And you got those movies over in the UK. You got nunsploitation movies. So it feels like a cool month from Arrow Video. It's not the most exciting, but I saw from some people on Instagram, it was like, Arrow Video's dead. I think I saw that comment on there. I'm like, Arrow Video's dead. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're still getting your horror movie with Basket Case on 4K. You're getting some classic movies as well. I don't feel like Arrow Video's dead because they went a month without releasing like a limited edition box set. Trust me, Arrow Video will do some more cool shit this year. They will. My faith is in them at this point. So yeah, some cool announcements, but I'll admit it's not the most exciting month that Arrow Video has ever had. We also got the Umbrella April announcements as well. I did an entire video on these announcements last Tuesday, so go check out that video if you want more details on all of this stuff. But Tank Girl, Masters of the Universe, Coffee, and Ransom are all getting big box set treatment from Umbrella. They're also getting standard Blu-ray versions as well. These are all Blu-ray editions, not 4K. I know some people were disappointed we didn't get Masters of the Universe on 4K, but they are very nice box sets. They're loaded with special features, booklets, cards, the works. Umbrella always does great work with their box sets, and we're also getting Time Addicts as well, which is just a regular Blu-ray release. So if you want more details on all of these releases, go check out that Umbrella Entertainment video I did last last Tuesday. We also got the Eureka announcements last week as well, and some exciting news with Eureka. So Eureka is a UK based boutique label, and now they will be branching out to the US. So you'll be able to buy Eureka stuff off of Amazon the week it comes out. So their announcements are going to be kind of like Arrow Videos right now, where they're going to do some UK stuff, some US stuff, and they're really going to branch out and expand the label. And I think that's super cool. So in April, we are going to be getting Black Mask on Blu-ray, and this comes out on April the 24th, and this is going to be a US release. And we're also going to get The Cat and the Canary on April the 24th, and this is also going to be a US release as well. And we're also going to be getting the China O'Brien films with Cynthia Rothrock 1 and 2 on 4K, and these are coming out on April the 29th. Now, this is a UK exclusive, but Vinegar Syndrome, because they release a lot of Cynthia Rothrock films, actually came out and said, look guys, don't import this release. It's like they're trying to steal business from Eureka. Don't import this one. Don't worry. We're going to be doing 4Ks as well in May. So they went ahead and told everybody what one of their May announcements is going to be. So Vinegar Syndrome will also be releasing the China O'Brien films on 4K in May. So you don't have to get the Eureka version unless you want it. Maybe you want both versions. Maybe they have different special features, but definitely cool because I haven't collected a ton of Eureka films, and I feel like now that they're going to be in the US, I'm going to be more open to dive into the label. I did get Valley Girl last year, but it's definitely a cool label, and they put out some cool movies, so I'm excited to learn more about Eureka as they expand into the US. But let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. We also got the announcement for Kung Fu Panda. That is coming out on 4K from Universal on March the 12th, so another DreamWorks animated film coming out on 4K. Sounds good. I don't know if I'll pick this up. I was never really the biggest fan of Kung Fu Panda, but let me know if you're excited in the comment section below. And I got a couple of news bits for you guys, not official announcements, but just a couple of things I want you guys to be aware of. We got the Coffin Joe replacement disc program in effect right now from Arrow Video. They put this announcement up last week. So I told all of you all about it in my review of the Coffin Joe box set, but The Awakening of the Beast cut out subtitles at the 30-minute mark. So if you don't speak Portuguese, you couldn't understand the film or know what was going on because the subtitles just stopped. So there was a problem with that disc, and Arrow Video has discovered that problem, figured out what it was, and they will be issuing replacement discs, I think, somewhere towards the end of February. So they put the announcement out. If you ordered this from the Arrow Video website, the replacement disc will be sent to you automatically. So you're not going to have to put in for it or anything like that if you ordered it from Arrow Video. But if you ordered it somewhere else, if you ordered it off of Amazon or Diabolic or any other website, you're going to have to require proof of purchase from wherever else you ordered it. So you're going to have to send them that proof of purchase to Arrow Video, and then they will send you the replacement disc. So it's going to be a hassle if you didn't order it from Arrow Video, but if you did order from Arrow Video, you will be getting it sent automatically. So I told you guys they would fix it, and Arrow Video is fixing that issue. And we also have the Abyss, True Lies, and Aliens 4K pre-orders available right now. So the pre-orders are up for all three of these James Cameron 4Ks. I know some people were worried these weren't going to be released because the pre-orders weren't up. Everybody keeps asking about them, like in every video I do, no matter what the video is. Where's the James Cameron pre-orders at, Ken? Where are they at? They're available now, and they just went up on Amazon last night. We were waiting on Amazon. They're available on Walmart, Target, Diabolic, pretty much wherever, Bull Moose, wherever you can buy physical media. These pre-orders are available right now, but the big one was Amazon. That was the one holdout. They are available on Amazon right now. I will link all those links down below in the description, as I will everything I talked about in today's video. If there are pre-order links, I will link them down below in the description if you want to use those. They're affiliate links, and they help support the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. All right, let's go in and dive into the deals, guys. We don't have too many deals to talk about, but we had the Barnes & Noble Arrow Video sale going on right now, the 50% off sale. I did a hunt video yesterday on the channel, so go check that out if you haven't already, where I went to my local Barnes & Noble and checked out some of their Arrow Video selection. But if you want to take part in this sale, you got until February the 5th to buy some Arrow Video titles for 50% off MSRP. So definitely take advantage of that while it's still in effect. And on Amazon, we got a few good, deals right now going. We got the Dragon Slayer 4K Steelbook, which I think they restocked that recently. That's available for $26.16. We also have East of Eden on 4K for $15.49. We have Highlander on 4K. There can be only one, guys, for $9.99. We also have Backdraft on 4K for $10.99. We got Terrifier 2 on 4K for $11.99. We have The Last Voyage of the Demeter on Blu-ray for $14.76. Still be cautious with this one because this is Universal. And as soon as you pick up that Blu-ray for $14.76, Universal will announce the 4K for Last Voyage of the Demeter. Reservoir Dogs on 4K for $9.99, and The Thing on 4K, which I highly recommend. Reservoir Dogs and The Thing are some of the best looking 4Ks I've ever seen. The Thing on 4K is currently $13.99. But that's the deals. Let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. And we've got a lot of good stuff coming out this week for the last week of January. So I did review the Conan movies on 4K, but let me break down all the different versions of the Conan movies that you can get on 4K from Arrow Video this week. We have the Conan Chronicles 4K set that you can get from Arrow Video this week for $44.99. Definitely pick this up now. One, because I don't think it's going to last for too much longer, and also because as soon as that Barnes & Noble sale is over with, that price is going to shoot up to like $60, maybe $65 on Amazon. So definitely pick that up now if you want it at all. So the Conan Chronicles 4K box set, which has both the Conan the movies in it, Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, is available this week. $44.99 for the 4K set, and there's also a Blu-ray set as well for $39.99. All these prices, guys, are Amazon prices. That's where I get these price points at. We also have Conan the Barbarian standalone 4K from Arrow Video for $29.99. There's also a Blu-ray version of that as well for $24.99. And we have Conan the Destroyer on 4K from Arrow Video for $29.99. And there's also a Blu-ray version of that for $24.99 as well. So I did a review of Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer on 4K. So if you want to know if those movies are worth it on 4K, go check out that review. We also have Trainspotting coming out on 4K from Criterion for $34.99. I really want this, but I'm going to wait until that flash sale. But this is a nice like digipack release, and I'm looking forward to getting this one when they have the sale, but I just can't justify picking it up now for $34.99 when I know I can get it for $25 in just a couple months. And there's also going to be a Blu-ray version of that for $27.99 also. We also have Scarlet Street coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $25.99, which is a Fritz Lang film. And I do like that director, so I do want to get this at some point. But again, I'll wait until the Kino Lorber sale because I don't think this one is going to sell out. There's also a Blu-ray version of it available also for $18.59. We also have the Boogans. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Everybody keeps critiquing how I pronounce the Boogans is how I was pronouncing it. But somebody said it's the Boogans. So that's what I'm going to say on this episode of the Physical Media Report. The Boogans on 4K from Kino Lorber is $39.99 on Amazon. But like I said, I'm giving you Amazon prices. This is much cheaper on the Kino Lorber website. It's like $26.99. That's where I got it. So I recommend going to the Kino Lorber website if Amazon is not going to drop that price. Maybe they'll drop it by tomorrow though. There's also a Blu-ray version of that available as well for $17.99. But I did pick this one up because I am excited to watch it, check it out on 4K. But yeah, the Boogans on 4K comes out tomorrow for $39.99 on 4K. But again, check Kino Lorber as well. Thanksgiving, Eli Roth Thanksgiving is coming out from Sony for $22.96. I do want this, but it's just the Blu-ray. And I can wait. I can wait to watch this all the way to Thanksgiving of this year. I can wait to watch this movie. So I'll probably pick it up somewhere during the year when it drops to like $15 or $10 or something like that. Cutting Class is coming out on 4K this week, guys, from MVD Laservision as a part of the MVD Laservision line for $39.99. A little bit pricey. Maybe Amazon will drop this price by the time we get to it tomorrow. But there's also going to be a Blu-ray MVD Rewind as well for $27.99. So they did great work on this 4K though. I do recommend it. I did watch it last week. It's a great 4K release. It's got some really good features, but $39.99 is a bit pricey. Maybe check somewhere else and see if you can get it for a lower price. We also got Silent Night coming out on Blu-ray from Lionsgate for $19.96. And there's also a 4K Walmart Steelbook, which is the first Lionsgate exclusive Steelbook at Walmart of the year. and this is coming out for $29.96. We also got 6 new Warner Archive titles coming out this week. We have A Day at the Races for $21.98. We have Joe's Apartment, which I do want to get at some point. I'm not getting this week, but I do want to get. Love this movie for $21.98. We have The Prince and the Pauper for $21.98. We have Rover Dangerfield. I also want to get this one at some point for $21.98. We also have Cabin in the Sky for $21.98, and we have Faithless for $21.98 as well. We also have Murphy's War from Era Video for $26.98. I do have this one in my possession. I'm hoping to watch it soon. Looks like a cool release. We have Eileen coming out from Decal Releasing for $22.99. We have Infiltration coming out from Wellgo USA for $18.98. We also have He Walked by Night coming out from Kino Lorber for $18.59. We have Monk Season 3 coming out from Kino Lorber for $31.99. We also have 5 Vinegar Syndrome releases coming out on Amazon for the first time. These were released from the Vinegar Syndrome website a couple of months ago, but they're now on Amazon to check out. We have Prophecy, the 4K collection 1 through 3 for $36.99, which is actually a really great. I paid $72 for this set. It's now half that on Amazon. Now you're not going to get the slipcover or the box set, but you know, if you just want these movies on 4K, they look great, and $36.99 is a great price for 3 4Ks for sure. We also have the Daryl 4K, not the box set, but just the 4K release. This came out as a VSU. This is just going to be that 4K case for $44.99. We also have Fatal Games coming out for $20.89. We have The Black Room coming out for $20.98. And we have Redneck Zombies coming out for $34.99. We also have 4 Severin releases coming out this week on Amazon for the first time. These were released on the Severin website a few months ago, but we have The Psychic on 4K for $44.99. We have Nightmare on 4K for $44.95. We have Bad Biology on 4K for $44.99. And we have the Danza Macabre Collection Volume 2 for $97.39. Even on Amazon, Severin is ridiculously priced, guys. But look, guys, that's all the releases coming out this week. That is the Physical Media Report, episode 197. Only 3 episodes away from 200, guys. I am excited. Are you excited? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know of everything that we talked about today. What are you the most excited about? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know that in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.